Hello dear students. In this video, under the topic data link layer, I'll be teaching you the high level data link control protocol, or in short HDLC protocol. We'll be learning the transfer modes of HDLC, the frame format of HDLC, and the types of HDLC frames. The high level data link control protocol is a group of communication protocols of data link layer for transmission of data between the network nodes. So since this protocol operates in the data link layer, the data in this protocol will be organized in the form of frames. A frame is transmitted through the network from source to destination, and the destination will verify its successful arrival. The HDLC is a bit-oriented protocol, and it is applicable for both point-to-point connections as well as multi-point connections. So point-to-point connection or point-to-point communication means between the sender and receiver, there is a dedicated link. There is only one sender and one receiver, and in between there is only one dedicated link. Whereas in case of multi-point communication, between the sender and receiver, there are multiple links. There are more than one device which is there for communication. There is more than one pair of devices which can communicate over such communication links. The HDLC can support both point-to-point communication as well as multi-point communication. When we come to the transfer modes of HDLC, there are two transfer modes supported by the HDLC: normal response mode and asynchronous balanced mode. In normal response mode, there will be two types of stations: a primary station which sends commands, and a secondary station which receives the commands and responds to them. So the normal response mode can support both point-to-point as well as multi-point communication. So in point-to-point communication, you can observe in this picture, there is one primary station which sends a command, and there is secondary station which only responds to the command. So sending of command is the job of primary station, and receiving the command and responding to it is the job of the secondary station. So there is a point-to-point link between these two devices. Whereas in case of multi-point communication, you can observe here, there is one primary station and there are multiple secondary stations which are connected to this common transmission medium. The primary station will send commands, and the secondary stations, all of them are eligible to respond to this particular command. This is called as multi-point communication. The normal response mode can support both point-to-point as well as multi-point communication. The second transfer mode is asynchronous balanced mode. Here the configuration is more balanced. There is no concept of primary and secondary stations. All the stations or both the stations are capable of sending the command and responding to it. So there is no primary and secondary concept. Each station is capable of sending a command as well as responding to the command. The asynchronous balance mode always supports only point-to-point communication. It cannot support multi-point communications. Now coming to the frame format of HDLC, the bit-oriented HDLC format, frame format has 6 fields, and the structure is shown in this particular figure. So the HDLC frame generally has flag fields, 2 flag fields of 1 byte long, and 1 address field of 1 byte, and 1 control field of 1 byte, and a payload, which is the actual data to be transmitted of variable length. It depends on the network. The size of the payload depends on what type of network the data is transmitted through. And another field is FCS field of 2 to 4 bytes. The flag field is an 8-bit sequence which marks the beginning and the end of the frame. So the unique bit pattern 8-bit sequence is used for flag field. The bit pattern is 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. So this is a unique bit sequence. So this sequence indicates the beginning of the frame and ending of the frame. The address field contains the address of the receiver. If the frame is sent by the primary station, it will contain the address of the secondary station. If the frame is sent by secondary station, it contains the address of the primary station. So finally, it will be the address of the receiver of the frame. This address field is generally 1 byte. In some configuration, it can be 1 to more than 1 byte, several bytes. The next field is control field. It's 1 or 2 bytes long generally. It contains flow and error control information, and also the type of a frame. It indicates the type of HDLC frame which is used for the transmission. So basically the flow and error control information will be appended in the control field. The payload field is the actual data which is to be transmitted over the network. Depending on what network is used, the length of the payload may vary. The FCS stands for frame check sequence. It's a 2 to 4 byte field. This is used for error detection in the frames. And the standard code which is used for error detection in the HDLC frames is CRC, the cyclic redundancy code. Cyclic redundancy check code. Now coming to the different types of HDLC frames. There are 3 types of HDLC frames: I frame, S frame, and U frame. Each of them have a unique control frame which identify their type. The I frame carries user data on the network layer. I stands for information frame. As its name indicates, the I frame carries the data from the network layer for transmission. This I frame also contains some flow and error control information which can be piggybacked on the user data itself. The flow and error control information is piggybacked on the information field itself. And the first bit of the control field of I frame is always 0. So the first bit 0 indicates that it's a I frame. The second type of HDLC frame is S frame or supervisory frame. So S frame does not contain information field. It's a specialized frame for flow and error control information. This frame is used whenever the flow and error control information cannot be piggybacked on the I frame itself. So whenever I frame has a restriction of carrying only data, in that case an S frame will be added additionally to indicate the flow and error control information. The first 2 bits of the control field of S frame, they are indicated by 1, 0. The next type of HDLC frame is U frame or unnumbered frame. The U frames are used for a myriad of miscellaneous functions. Any other functions apart from information and supervisory functions can be added in the U frame. One example is link management information can be added in the U frame. So this frame can contain an information field also if required. And the first 2 bits of the control field in the HDLC frame of U frame will contain 1, 1. So 1, 1 is the bit combination which uniquely identifies U frame, and 1, 0 identifies S frame, and 0 indicates I frame. And this is indicated pictorially in this particular figure. The 3 types of HDLC frames are shown here. The I frame contains a flag, address, control field, user data from upper layer, FCS, and flag. Whereas S frame does not contain user data. It only contains flag, address, control, FCS, and flag. The U frame contains flag, address, control, and management of miscellaneous functions. Information related to the management of miscellaneous functions, an FCS for error control, and ends with a flag. So this was about the three different types of HDLC frames: the I frame, S frame, and U frame. So in this video, you learned the high-level data link control protocol in detail. Thank you.